What is up, everyone? So I was told my buyer's guides are too long, and just to tell them what to buy and shorten the video. So we're going to do that. Similar to the TNT buyer's guide, if you watched that one earlier, we're just going to go over some of the new stuff. We're going to go over what I tell you you should buy and should skip. And if you're wondering why I'm telling you to do these things, well, I've been in the YouTube business of fireworks for about 8 years now, and I've been super into Safe and Sane and reviewing them for about 20 years, and I'm getting old. I think I said the exact same thing last video. Anyways, let's get into it. So Phantom is actually a little bit better priced when it comes to the price increases this year, when it comes to just specifically TNT versus Phantom. The BOGOs on the finales actually aren't that bad. I mean, the finales aren't super great, as opposed to like opening shows and deliriums and living the dream. They're not that crazy, but they're definitely cheaper because you can get two of them. So you can get a Phantom Crown Jewel and a New York Harbor for the price of one firework. That's a finale at TNT, and get the longer burn time. So there's that. Basically, you also kind of got the two recommended things out of the 500 gram thing right there. So $60 for each of those. That's not a bad price. It's actually pretty similar to what they were in years past. The Phantom Crown Jewel always hovered around 50, 40, $60. Same thing with the New York Harbor, always around that price. I really don't like There She Glows, unless somebody can convince me otherwise. Apache Fire Dance, very similar to There She Glows, just kind of meh. And if you talk to Weenie Roast Pyro or Jeff, he would tell you to buy the Komodo 3000, but I wasn't a fan of it. I got it in the Backyard Bash or whatever. It was kind of eh. Actually, moving on, the Phantom Intergalactic series, all of those fountains are actually pretty darn good, even the $3.99 ones. I think Electric Manipulation's the best out of all of those. So anything you want to pick up in the Intergalactic series, you will not be disappointed with. The prices aren't that bad as well. $32.99 for one. Well, I get it. It's ridiculous, but it is 2022 after all. Speaking of saving money, don't buy anything in the Phantom Hero series. The only thing that I can possibly say you should buy or could recommend buying from this tier is Iron Master, just because it's $12.99. I don't like War Fountain. I especially skip Savage. Savage is just awful. Just run away from anything with a hero on it. That'll help you. Next up, we'll go over some of the cheaper stuff. Flaring Stars Fountain, actually pretty good for the price. Liberty Fountain, it's okay. I'll give it an okay. It's not a must-buy. Luminescence Fountain, I was kind of disappointed one year I had it, but it's decent. Serenity's also a pretty good fountain for something that you really just like effects. If you're not into crackle or whistles, Serenity's actually a really good fountain. That's $29.99. I'm not sure if you can see the price because it's kind of cut off there. Bazooka Torch. Why is this $30? I have no idea. Skip. Soda Pop Fountains. Skip. Flower Pot. Also a really decent effect fountain. It's not bad. $32.99. It's just the same as the Electric Manipulation price range, and it's pretty good effects. Obviously, you gotta have the frog. Where's the frog? I have the prints over. Here he is. Frogs are great. A little expensive, $32.99, but it is what it is. I forgot I kind of go over the new item, Iron Eagle. Actually impressed with it, but it's $100. You can get two. So if I'm a guy that has to have all the new items, I would get the Iron Eagle and the Radioactive Spark. So you're paying $50 for each. Kind of expensive, but this is a buyer's guide for Phantom, so I gotta at least be nice to Phantom. Phantom is actually doing a little better TNT price-wise and variety. So Dragon's Tears, one of my all-time favorite fountain fireworks. Really love this one. Funky Monkey is also really good. Moondance Premiere is okay. Illuminated Triangle, expensive, $60 this year, but it has a really long burn time. One that I'm excited to get my hands on, if possible, if I can find it, is a Storm Runner fountain. That's actually really impressive, $60. I really like Storm Runner. Red Fox Pyro favorite. For some of the cheaper stuff, under $13, obviously, you could probably get away with buying your Crackle Balls and all your other stuff that you skipped from TNT. If you watch that guide, buy them here because they're a lot cheaper. Crackle Balls, Ground Blooms, all that stuff is a lot cheaper here. Even the larger gyro blooms are cheaper. So your novelties are definitely cheaper over here at Phantom. So definitely probably should go that route. The assortments, I kind of told you never to look at an assortment at TNT. The Phantom Awestruck has been their crown jewel, in my opinion. $190. If you only had $200 to your name, you could probably buy the Awestruck and still have a decent fourth. If you were to spend that much money at TNT, you would be depressed. Because what would you would get the perfect show, which was originally $100 assortment, and it was awful. So yeah, anyways, that's a whole other can of worms. Assortments suck, but Phantom definitely has the better line of them when it comes to assortments. So if you're still an assortment poppy and you gotta buy an assortment, you don't like buying single items, or you want the if you prefer quantity over quality, then the assortment is way to go. And Phantom Awestruck will be your number one there. Other than that, I really can't recommend any other assortment. If you're really looking to spend the money, you can buy a Phantom Awestruck and the Backyard Barrage. That will really get you a lot of items to light and at least a decent fourth. But I would probably buy the Awestruck and some single items off the shelf, some finales. For instance, I would buy the Awestruck, some Radioactive Sparks, maybe some BOGO big ones, or you could even buy the Phantom Awestruck and Stormrunner and you'd be happy. Have the Stormrunner for your finale. Phantom was a little bit of the easier buyer's guide to do just because of the variety. I know this isn't a super in-depth buyer's guide like I did in the past because I felt like they were a little bit too long, and I was watching the viewer retention and it was really high and then it would die. So I feel like I should shotgun the information out to you guys, and then for those pyros that are super into it, I'll make the ultimate buyer's guides, because those super pyros that are into like all the nitty-gritty stuff, they're going to be watching that ultimate buyer's guide anyways because they're more interested in that. So anyways, so this was the quick and dirty buyer's guide for Phantom. Hope you enjoyed. Yeah, let me know if you think differently on any fountain that I missed. Maybe you convince me otherwise on There She Glows, but I'm not a big fan. The Phantom Duo as well, that one's awful. I didn't even look at that one. I didn't even talk about it. It's awful. This spinner one, Fiery Meadow Flower, it's okay. We don't have very many spinners anymore, but it's decent. Anyways, guys, that's the Phantom's buyer's guides for you. Anyways, love y'all. See you next video.